Good morning, people. I don't know what time it is over there, but I'm over here in California, and I know we're a 3-hour difference. So it's 3:15, so it's probably 6:30, close to 6:30 in Rochester. Hey, I'm taking my walk, and we're here taking care of my mom while my sister is on a trip to Alaska on a cruise. She's freezing and I'm over here sweating, even though it's a little cool here. But I'm taking my walk. We're taking chance because we can't leave my mother alone, so she stayed home while I take my walk. And she did that this morning while I take care of my mom. So what a wonderful day. What a beautiful day. When you look at California, it really is a big desert. My sister lives in Rialto, California, which is beautiful. I mean, the weather has been really nice. A lot of mountains here, and a big, gigantic hole. So this way, when it floods, the water has some place to go. But I'm just thankful to God for so many things. Just recently, as many of you know, my wife had cancer almost 2 years ago, and it was pretty scary, especially when she lost her hair within 2 weeks, when she's completely bald. I mean, reality really set home. And my wife is a woman of prayer. She really believes in the power of God, and she really started changing the way she ate. I've been doing it for quite a while, more in the exercise and eating less. And she did it with stop eating any oils and fat and stuff like that. And I think it really blessed her because they didn't find no cancer in her. But another thing you probably don't know, my youngest daughter has MS, and we found out she had MS by the age of 14 years old. And it really takes a toll on her, and the type of experimental medication that she has to be on. She's always very exhausted, very tired. And when she has to take her medication, she's always on experimental drugs. It really takes a burden on her, her family, her husband, and kids. And we're all praying and believing in God to do a miracle. And she also suffers from severe migraine headaches, 24 hours a day, 7 days a week. So every time I think I got a problem, I look at her and I realize, but what an attitude she has about life and what God has done in her life. And she feels there's so many people so much worse off. So she's always grateful to God. And it's that attitude that's kept her going. Well, over 2 months ago, Diana came up with the idea of sending Dee, we call her Dee, to California to meet with a bunch of doctors who have a 10-day program. It's really a fast, really, because they're vegetarians, but I mean they're the vegetarians on steroids. They don't believe in oil and butter, milk. I mean, just about not only dairy products, but everything else. And my wife was going to go with her, and we decided, hey, if Dee Dee's going to go, why don't we get her husband to go? Because he really has to participate in this program and really has to be part of it. And the whole idea was that by these doctors, they feel that our food that we eat really contribute to the migraines and the MS. And they feel with this right eating, it really can change lives. So they both agreed they'd go. They sent them 10 days near San Francisco. And for 10 days, they were pretty much in a place. It was not cheap, I could tell you, but it was really intense program where they have under doctor's care. And the reason I felt that my son-in-law should go is that he's a young man. He's doing really great, but he suffers a lot from high blood pressure for such a young age, and also cholesterol. So we felt that he can also. So in this program, they were seen by doctors immediately. They had to go through a whole workup, and basically there were 10 days of learning how to re-eat, sitting down with doctors. I mean, they wake up in the morning for day and night. They would go to restaurants to learn how to eat. They would meet with psychiatrists, psychologists, dietitians, and they learn how to just really redo. It's really a boot camp for for eating healthy, and didn't know what to expect because this is quite something else. But within the first 3 days, Carl was able to start taking medication for high blood pressure. In 3 days, that had an impact that his blood pressure went to normal. His cholesterol level dropped. And I got to tell you, to make a long story short, I'll talk more about this in the future. They came back after 10 days, and they sat down through 5 international cooks who showed them how to eat all kinds of Italian food, Spanish food, Mexican food, and eat it wisely, eat it without all the junk that goes in it. So really changed, and I'm like, wow. And the way they're talking, well, they came back, to make a long story short. Carl, my son-in-law, has lost about over 27 pounds in less than 2 months. And he's seen his doctor, and his doctor is blown away with the miraculous, and she actually took away all his medication because all his workups come out normal. My daughter, as soon as she got back the next day, she had to go for her intravenous that she does every 3 months. And usually for the next 3 to 4 weeks, she's in bed because she gets totally exhausted, can't do anything, can't get up, can't clean the house, can't cook. And the day after, I go see her, and she's out there cleaning the house and cooking. And it's amazing that through eating and exercise, their life has changed in such a short time and so drastically. And I thank God that what God did for me 11 years ago in changing my lifestyle and having me talk this healthy lifestyle, that it's leaving a legacy with my wife, myself, and our children and our grandchildren, because now our grandchildren are participating in this. And I want to tell you, this is for real. You know, through the example of my wife, the example of me, it's just amazing what God can do when you go back to the basics and eat the right way and exercise. I was getting antsy because my wife hadn't got home yet, you know, to take care of my mom, because, you know, I get antsy. I got to get walking. I mean, I just, you know, whether it's swimming, walking, bicycle riding, whatever you adapt to, go for it. But I got to tell you, you know, I just thank God. Because to see a little girl, you know, my baby, my youngest girl, having to deal with MS, which is really a devastating disease, if you have any family who have it, and to suffer from migraines that many times, and to see the miraculous turnaround in her life. And boy, they eat all this weird stuff, and I don't totally understand. They're trying to educate me and eat a bean burger, you know. I don't know, to give up my pork chops and my banh mi. It's going to be a tough thing, but I'm going to give it a try. But I know it's, you know, everything that I've done has blessed me. I can't imagine if I go and do what they're doing, but I'm glad that they're doing it. And they're really affecting, because it's affecting my other children who are now getting on it. It's affecting their families, and it's a ripple effect. And if we all start doing it, and the people around us, they start seeing by example. If we stop looking at what can't be done, but see what God has made possible and can do in our lives, it is unreal. And I mean unreal. And I just thank God for that. And I am so appreciative to see what God is doing in our families and our friends and anybody who wants to hear. But I'm telling you, educate yourself. Go out there and look and how you can change the way you eat, the way you exercise. It can be done. It's not impossible. It can be done. It doesn't take any special person. It took me many years to get to this point. And now it's easy for me because I've adjusted and I've accepted, and I realize that I can do it. So God bless you all. It's been long enough that I expected. God bless you all. And have a great day, and I'll be talking to you pretty soon about my website that should become public by Friday, and that I've been working on for the last couple of months. And I'm praying that God be able to use me with this new business that I'm starting. God bless you all.